Callum, how are you all feeling going into this game tomorrow night? Obviously, the manager said last week he doesn't think you'll ever be as badly prepared for a game like that as you were going into the first leg last week.
Yeah, we're a week on in terms of preparation. A week fitter. Obviously, the game at the weekend as well, where we can learn a lot of things from that as well. So, we're in a positive place going into the game. I think the first leg, we did enough to win the game, and we know that as well. So, we're confident going into the game that we need to get the result that will take us through.
Does the fact that you did do enough in that game to possibly win last week give you more confidence going into such a big tie tomorrow night?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, we created numerous chances, and our performance in the game, well warranted, is to get the victory. So, like you said, that gives you good confidence in the back of your head that if you play anywhere close to that, then on the night you take your chances and you can go through. So that's a mindset from the players.
L'Oreal?
How much of a lift would it give you ahead of the new league season starting this weekend to know that there's still the potential of Champions League football?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the task that lies ahead of us tomorrow. The games come thick and fast now, so like you said, we win tomorrow night. It gives everyone at the club a massive boost, gives the supporters a boost, and it gives the players a boost as well. So, that's why we're here. We're here to win the tie and progress, and then, like you said, it sets up a good weekend for us looking to the league opener as well.
It is a transitional period from the club, a new manager, a new chief exec, a new captain and yourself. So is the main focus domestic football or how much importance do you put in European football?
Yeah, I think European football is massive for this club in terms of where we want to be financially, for the supporters, and for the players as well. You become a better player when you play in European competition. That's been proven as well. So, for us as players, we want to play at the highest level that we possibly can, and for us that's European football, and it helps test you as a player to make you better as well.
Brian McLaughlin? Brian?
Hi, Callum, how are you?
Hiya.
Just in terms of being a successful season, the importance of European football has always been there for Celtic. But would it be fair to say that domestically this season is more important for the club?
I think as a Celtic player, and having been a Celtic player for so long now, I think the two of them go hand in hand. I think at Celtic, regardless of transition period or not, the players are tasked to win and win well. So, that expectation's never going to change. I get that people are kind of saying it's transitional and everything else, and probably giving us a bit of leeway. But if we have that mentality within the group, then we won't achieve anything. So yes, it's new players. Yes, there's a new manager. Yes, there's a new chief exec. It's a different feel for the club. But very, very quickly you have to get into that winning groove, and that's why we're here as footballers, is to win football matches and be as successful as we can for the club. So, like I said, if we don't have that belief in ourselves, then we're never going to do it.
Would it be fair to say, Callum, that the supporters don't actually care about transition? All they care about is winning trophies?
Yeah, that's a fair statement. Like I said, at Celtic, the expectation is always there. It's there every single match, regardless of who you're playing. You're expected to win and win well. So, like you said, that's never going to change. And I think for anybody to think that it can be any different, then that they're going to get a bit of a shock. So, like I said, for guys like myself, the more experienced guys, then we very quickly have to drum that into the heads of the new guys that at Celtic you have to win, and that's the way it is.
Thanks, Callum. Good luck.
Raman? And you go, Raman.
Hi, Callum. Callum, you're obviously very experienced in these qualifiers. I just wondered if there's anything you could say to you would say to the younger lads, perhaps like Dave Murray, that may feature to get them through a tie like this, because it's kind of obviously a big pressurised game.
Yeah, of course, but being at Celtic and obviously for myself coming through the youth academy, then at every level there's pressure and expectation to perform and win matches. So for him, this is obviously the next stage of his development, and like you said, he'll have to lean on guys like myself and James and some of the older ones as well. So it's about us trying to help him through the game as much as possible. But I've got every confidence that if he plays, he'll do very well. And like you said, when he stepped in last week, he was excellent as well. So it shows that he's got that potential and he's got that level of performance in him. So it's just about us trying to make him feel comfortable and confident as possible. And like I said, then Dane can trust his abilities.
You obviously created a lot of chances in that first game as well, Callum. The team that is confident they can kind of create enough to see a team through.
Yeah, well, that's I always speak about it. That's the difference at European level is you can create chances, but you have to take them as well. You have to be ruthless when you're up in the game and you're having a good moment in the game. You have to take advantage of it. So like you said, we're confident in the knowledge that if we play the right football in the way that we can play, we'll create chances. But then we have to take them as well. So ultimately that's the story.
Gavin McCafferty.
Callum, you've obviously been involved in a lot of these games and come so early in the season. How do you get over the lack of preparation? And do you find that a week can make a big difference at this time of the season as well?
Yeah, I think obviously week by week, and especially sort of pre-season and getting everybody back in, and then match fitness is completely different obviously to training and preparing well. So I think you can only really hit your groove once you start playing in the games, and like I said, the games are proper intensity. The last two have been a real step up in intensity and quality that we've played. So like I said, hopefully a week further down the line we'll be in a better place, and we look forward to the game.
And have you been able to quickly learn from Saturday's match and kind of move on from that without not letting it affect your confidence?
Yeah, of course. Every game is a chance to learn, and we've done that. We've had a look at the video where we can be better, especially when we are sort of attacking as well. We've got that balance behind the ball to stop counter attacks. But like I've said before, it's when you have so many kind of new players and young players in it, it takes a few games for them to gel. So it's just about the manager getting his message across and the players listening and taking on that detail, and then you just try and implement it in the next game.
Okay, just on the list, Gabriel.
Hi Cal. You talked about you can't really judge until you get into the groove and playing plenty of games, but how do you compare this season to where you were at the same time a few seasons ago? You've not qualified for the Champions League for a couple of years. It's what the club wants to do. How do you assess compared to other years? And do you still believe that you definitely can make it into the Champions League?
I think obviously it's a completely different squad from where we were maybe 3-4 years ago, and in terms of getting Champions League group stage football. There's a lot of new players, a lot of young players, so they've still got a lot of developing and learning to do as well, and that doesn't just happen overnight. But like I said before, if you don't believe that you've got a chance, then it'll never happen. So in football you have to trust yourself, trust your teammates, trust your manager, and together, if everyone's on it and gives 100%, then anything can happen. And that step is to take that step tomorrow night, and that'll give us a massive confidence boost in that run.
Just in terms of the manager, how are you getting on in terms of taking on his new methods, his new philosophy, playing style? How's everyone getting on?
Yeah, good. I think you can see the sort of attacking footballs is flowing. We've created a lot of chances in the games that we've played. And then obviously just in transition, just to be tidier, as we are building up the pitch, then, the game at the weekend is probably a perfect example. If you're not quite set behind the ball, then, you can get done in counter-attack. So we have to work really hard, as the players, alongside with the manager, to just fine-tune the detail of that. And like I said, you only get better when you do it with games and match practice.
Okay, Joe Hendry.
Just following on from that in terms of the new manager as well, how much has he changed the culture of the club in comparison to what you've been used to in the past?
I don't think he's done too much different in terms of culture. I think there's an expectation here at Celtic where you have to live and breathe football. When you come in the morning, you're super organised, you're ready to go, you do all your prep work, and then when you get on the training pitch, you give 100% to the cause and try and first of all get better as a player, and then collectively get better as a team. So I think he understands that this club is sort of built around that, and I've touched on before, there's a lot of young players, especially coming for the academy as well. They know exactly what that's about, so it's just about the ones that we add into the mix. Then they quickly understand that you have to be 100% on it every single day to get better as an individual and then as a team collectively.
And in terms of those new players that you mentioned that are coming in, have you had the opportunity as captain to maybe have a wee chat with Carl Starfelt yet, or Furuhashi are still on their way over?
Yeah, they're in London just now, so I'm actually going to speak to them this afternoon, so get a chat with them, see how they are, and then obviously we're really looking forward to adding them into the group, and seeing that the qualities that they've got can really help us as a squad and as a team as well. So yeah, I'd sort of earmark this afternoon to have a wee chat with them as well anyway.
Okay, any Danish guys have a question at all? No?
Yes, I can do one.
Sorry.
What do you expect from, or what did you learn from Midtjylland about Midtjylland in the first game, and what do you expect from them tomorrow?
I thought the first leg was a very physical game. A lot of high intensity running, a lot of challenges. Some longer passes to try and put us under pressure and fight for second ball. And I think it'll be more of the same, very similar tomorrow night. We look forward to the game. Hopefully we can limit them to little chances as we did in the first game, and then like I said, we're here to win the match, so we have to take our chances and then stop them scoring at the other end. So we're looking forward to the game. It will be a very tough match.
Do you consider yourself favourites to go through?
I don't think we're massive favourites. I think Midtjylland, they in Champions League group stage last season, very good team, very strong team, so we have to show them a lot of respect, but at the same time we have to be confident in our own ability to win the game, so for sure it'll be a good match.